Good game. Undefeated! Do you ever wonder what it's like being an air hockey puck just blissfully floating across the floor like a feather? Yeah, it sounds nice. It is, but it's impossible. Yeah, you'd need like a hover suit or something. Do you think you could build a hover suit? I don't know. It's never been done. There's only one way to find out. Okay, so I need to build a hover suit that lets me float across the ground like an air hockey puck. Now, a while back, I built this hovercraft that was more of like a vehicle that I would ride on.
But I don't want to feel like I'm riding an air hockey puck. I want to be the air hockey puck.
So I'm gonna have to somehow figure out how to turn myself into a hovercraft.
So for this, I'm gonna need a big piece of wood, some tarp, and some leaf blowers.
Okay, so how this is supposed to work is by using the wood and the tarp, I'm gonna create a bubble that attaches to the front of my body. Then on the back of my body, I will attach these leaf blowers that will force air into the front bubble, creating a big pocket of air. Then once our bubble is completely inflated, we'll poke a bunch of little holes into it so the air is forced through those little holes, making it so I can float across the ground like an air hockey puck.
All right, now cutting this piece of wood is the most important part of this entire build. The size needs to be perfectly balanced between two things. It needs to be big enough to carry my weight, but it needs to be small enough so I can wear it on my body like a shirt.
All right. That looks like someone we know. Okay, so this here is supposed to attach to the front of my body. Now you're probably wondering why I have these ears on here. Well, the ears are gonna come into play later. That's where we're gonna force all of our air through into the front bubble. Okay, so now what we do with our tarp is we start folding it into the wood like this so we can create a bubble underneath the wood. But I just realized we can't do that yet because we gotta cut holes for our airflow. Because once we put the tarp on the wood, we can't cut into the wood without ripping the tarp.
So these holes are going to be how we get the leaf blowers to force air into our bubble. And in order to connect the leaf blowers, we're going to need a couple couplings that attach to the board. And that's where things kind of got tricky. I needed to like glue it up and stuff to try to get it to stay put. Then I had to fold the metal, but before I get too far, this stuff needs to dry.
Yo, Jake, I found this really cool thing. Maybe you could use it for your build. That's a sweet potato. So... Yo, I'm taking off. Where are you going? Dude, you know, I gotta go keep an eye on the bad guys. Oh, right. Papyrus and Red Dude.
Oh, right. So a few weeks ago, this bad guy, Red Dude, stole an ocarina that summons Papyrus, the legendary paper warrior. I tried to stop him from summoning him, but I was too late. So now Papyrus is under Red Dude's command, and while they haven't attacked us yet, Soxus has been keeping a close eye on them to make sure we know what's coming.
Finally, now that I have Papyrus, the legendary paper warrior of legend, those cosmic roommates are as good as done for. Are you done in there? Yep. Oh man, I'm never gonna get used to those portal powers, but anyway, I need to take out those cosmic roommates, starting with Jake Carlini. Dr. Scientist, what's he up to?
According to the Flycam 3000, looks like Carlini's building some kind of hover suit.
Oh, perfect. He's gonna need a basketball court to test that suit out. Papyrus, I need you to lure Jake Carlini to the basketball courts tomorrow at 3 p.m. Let's just say he's in for a load of paper cuts.
As you command.
Okay, so this is gonna go just like this. So now I just need to figure out how I'm gonna attach it to my body.
Now, attaching a giant piece of plywood to your body is not an easy feat. I'm gonna need something like a... Okay, now I know all you're seeing is a pile of garbage, but what I'm seeing is exactly what I need.
Okay, so this right here used to be a motorcycle suit, but I kind of crashed it.
So yeah, this part didn't make it into the motorcycle suit video, but as you can see right here, I totally ate it. Oh, what's this? A second angle? Oh! Let's watch that back in slow motion.
Yeah, so it doesn't really work anymore, but the vest works perfectly fine.
So I screwed the vest into the board to kind of create like a big board t-shirt type thing.
Okay. All right, just gotta put these back here. I'll secure those better later, but you know, you see? Pretty stylish. Looking pretty good.
Yes, fabulous. Look how he owns the runway. Terrific.
All right, so now it is time to start wrapping the tarp around the wood to create our air bubble. All right, the tarp is on there, so theoretically, if I stick this in here, it should blow up. Okay, so now I gotta poke all the holes in here, so I'm gonna add some air, and then start stabbing away.
Now again, I just have to stab this thing like a billion times because I need this tarp to kind of look like an air hockey table, so it's gonna need a ton of holes in it. And so with any luck, this thing should float across the floor. So once I knew that it could float across the floor, it was time to see if it could handle my weight. And it couldn't.
Okay, so there's probably like two problems happening here. One, I didn't put enough holes on the outer edge, and when I sit on it, all the friction starts to happen on the outer edges. So I gotta poke more holes in there. And two, I don't think there's enough like force going into here with these. So I gotta figure out how to get more force in there.
So I just jammed a few more hundred holes into the thing.
All right, so I'm gonna tape down these turbo buttons, because obviously turbo means better. I'm gonna try to do that and see if we can get more force out of these leaf blowers. Yo, dude, do you think this can help with your build?
What is that, soda?
No, it's different. Check it out. Oh, dude, Olipop? Give me that. I need this right now. Oh, yeah. Wait a second, I thought you don't drink soda.
Oh yeah, about that. So fun fact, I actually quit drinking soda 11 years ago because I don't like a lot of sugar and I absolutely despise a sugar crash, but I really miss that like cold crisp flavor, you know? But a few months ago, a friend of mine showed me Olipop and how it only has 2 grams of sugar where most other sodas have like 39 grams of sugar. So I said, what the heck, let me try that. And I was amazed by how delicious it was. And the best part is that I felt great.
And what's this word on the can here? Prebiotics?
Yeah, that means it helps with your gut health and digestion, something that other soda brands are usually terrible for as well. Olipop actually gets me 1/3 of my daily fiber intake in each can.
So you're saying our sponsor Olipop is all the fun and flavor of soda without all the consequences of soda?
Yeah, basically. And you can try Olipop for free today. All you gotta do is buy 2 cans in store and Olipop will Venmo you back for one.
Just click the link in the video description, enter your phone number, and text your receipt, and Olipop will Venmo you back for one of your cans.
The offer is redeemable at all major retail stores like Target, Walmart, Whole Foods, and more.
Yeah, as soon as I'm allowed to go back in public again, you know I'm gonna be getting more Olipops. How about I just pick some up for you?
Sweet. But yo, I gotta get back to work, so skedaddle, won't you?
Fine, but I'm taking the rest of your Olipop. All right, we're trying again.
I couldn't believe it. This thing was actually gonna work. Like, it was actually gonna work. I didn't think that this was even possible. Man, this thing is gonna be so cool.
Where's Jake Carlini?
There's no way you're gonna see Jake.
Wait, I'm not here to fight.
I'm not gonna let you hurt Jake!
Hey, be at the basketball court tomorrow, 3 p.m.
Oh, I was gonna be there anyway. I'm testing out my hover suit. See? Put it on my calendar.
That's what I'm counting on.
Jake, there's no way you can go there tomorrow. It's a trap. I heard him talking with Red Dude. Dude, if he wanted to hurt us, he would've. He had you on your back.
What? He didn't have me on my back. I was just getting low so I could trip it.
Well, my point is, he didn't strike when he could have, so maybe he's being honest and just warning us. Now, I see how it might have looked like he had the advantage, because, like, you know, I looked like I was on my back, but trust me, I was like 0.3 seconds away from sweeping his leg. I'm gonna go finish my hover suit, and I'm gonna be at that basketball court tomorrow. If you're worried about it, be there to back me up.
It was a strategic maneuver, Jake, come on.
Okay, let's get back to it.
All right, we've got our hover vest attached and it looks pretty sweet. And now it's time to attach the leaf blowers to my back. But there's a couple big problems here. If I attach the leaf blower to my back, I'm not gonna be able to reach the controls. So in order to make it work, I'm gonna have to take this thing apart and run the controls down to my hand. Okay, now time for my favorite part of doing this type of thing. Opening it up and seeing a bunch of stuff I've never seen before. Yes! That's gonna be fun to figure out.
Now you would think after taking electronics apart like a million times, I would be a little less nervous about taking them apart. Well, guess what? Nope! I am just as nervous as I am every single time because I don't understand any of this stuff. I've tried, believe me, I try to really understand these electronic boards and chips and wires, but it's just very nerve-wracking and stressful. And by the way, thanks to the wonders of editing, you're only seeing, a couple seconds of this, where this took me well over an hour to figure out.
Okay, I've got the turbo button taped down into a permanent on position. Get the battery hooked up, our wires are extended. Fingers crossed this worked. Yes! Woo! Oh! All right, now I just gotta figure out how to put all this back into the casing, and I can't figure it out. It's kind of a mess.
And this here took another 25 minutes to figure out how to put all the electronics back into the casing, but hey, once again, the wonders of editing.
All right, well, glad that's over. Yep, now we just gotta do this one. Oh.
Hey guys, it's Purple Dude. So Jake was pretty stressed out and didn't want to do voiceover. So he asked me to step in. Can you believe it? Yeah, I don't actually know how to do this. I don't really know how voiceover works. He just kind of set me down in front of the microphone and told me to do something. So hi, yeah. Check this out. I have this thing. It's called a Boop It or something. I'm trying to get the high score on it, and it hasn't been going too well. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this right now. All right, guys. This is my channel now. All right, both leaf blowers have had their controls extended down to where my hands will be. Now, it's time to put them on the back of the suit. All right, so right off the rip, I'm noticing an issue here. The leaf blower goes all the way down past the Velcro spot, but I need the Velcro spot to be exposed so I can secure the vest to my body. So I'm gonna have to avoid that. So I figured the best way to do this was to cut a piece of wood nice and small so I can screw it to the back of the vest. So then that way the leaf blowers would have a good foundation to sit on, which brings me to my next problem.
There's not really a good way for me to attach these things to the piece of wood. I can't really screw into it this way because it'll destroy the motor. And the bottom of this thing is pretty smooth, so I wouldn't be able to glue it either.
Man, I can't put screws in it without ruining the motor. I can't glue it. I can't use an elephant. That makes no sense at all. Ugh, what am I gonna do?
Hey, I just want to clear something up with you real quick. Is this about Papyrus taking you down? He didn't take me down, right? Just look at this. See, right here in Soxus Origins, this is me doing my signature move where I slide across the ground on my back, grabbing my enemy's socks and tripping them. You know I'm the one who wrote this, right? Yeah, but it's based on a true story. It's based on my story. This really happened. This is my move. I do that move. You know I do that move. How many signature moves do you even have? Like 7? I got a bunch of them, but you're gonna have to read the Soxus Origins graphic novel to find out exactly how many. By the way, chapters 1 through 4 of Soxus Origins are free for download right here. Oh yeah, and the physical copies will be available in early 2026, so keep an eye out for that.
Okay, anyway, where was I? Oh, right. What am I gonna do? And as I stood there weighing out all my options, considering giving up, I remembered something that someone once told me.
Zip ties were great for everything.
Wait, did someone actually tell me that?
I think I might have just made that up, but yeah, zip ties work good. Yeah, zip ties. We're gonna use some zip ties, drill some holes into this, drill some holes into the wood, and fasten everything together. Okay, and we're on. All right, now check this thing out. Not bad, right? So now all I gotta do is push down on the old triggers here and... Ah! Joking. All right, now there is one last thing to do to the hover suit here, and that is to connect the leaf blower air duct to the platform air duct. And for that, I think I'm gonna need something like, yo, Jake, I found this thing. You gotta use it for your build. Purple dude, that's not gonna be exactly what I need.
Now, I have no idea if this dryer duct tubing is going to be able to handle the vast amount of pressure that's going to be coming out of the leaf blowers, but hey, there's only one way to find out here. But one thing that I thought was really cool and serendipitous was that this tubing here was the exact perfect size to go onto the leaf blowers and onto the metal things that I used on the platform. So it was looking like luck was on my side.
All right, here we go. The moment of truth. See if these hoses can handle the air. Okay, that's pretty sweet. Now for the maiden voyage. That was crazy. Okay, so I just need something good to push off of, and this thing should work.
Jake, you son of a gun, you did it. You created the world's first hover suit, complete with big belly bubble, leaf blower jetpack, dryer hoses, hand controls, the works. So the very next morning, I walked out to the basketball courts to test these things out for real. And just like that, let's try again. And just like that, okay, yeah, it didn't work. Ugh, this wasn't good. I only had a few hours until Papyrus was gonna show up, and my hover suit didn't even work. I quickly had to run back home to find a solution.
Okay, so we have a major problem here. I have no thrust, and in order to make this hover suit work, I'm gonna need to have a lot of thrust so I can move forward. Now, I have a ton of work to do and not a lot of time at all because I gotta get out to the basketball courts soon.
So I stared at it from a bunch of different angles until finally, it hit me.
Yo, what? Remember when we made the fast pants? I wasn't here for that one. Roll the clip.
So a while back, I built these fast pants. They were pants and they were really fast. Now I made them really fast by connecting these electric skateboard motors to the outside of the pants. So I'm thinking maybe I could use these pants to help me push myself forward with the hover suit.
Now my fast pants should be right here in this pile of junk, and I hope they still work. Okay, so here are the pants, and with any luck, these knee pad parts should work. That one works, and let's go. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. These pants are really big, really bulky, and really heavy. And the hover suit top part is also really big and heavy. So wearing them both would be completely unrealistic. So I've got a way geniuser idea. All I need is a way to push me forward when I'm wearing this thing. And the only part that pushes forward on the fast pants is the motors that are attached to the knees. So I'm thinking I could just take the knee pad parts off the pants and wear just those. And then the knee pad motors would push me forward and I wouldn't need the rest of the pants. All right, yep, this might be just crazy enough to work. Oh yeah, you said it. Okay, now there is one catch, and that catch is that I also need to find a new home for the batteries for this thing. So this is gonna have to attach to the hover suit somewhere.
So I cut the pants part off of the fast pants so I just had the knee parts.
Okay, so these are gonna go on my knees like this, and then once I'm on my stomach, these will then be the pushing force to then help me go forward.
Now I just needed to do some wire management here, and like someone maybe once told me probably, zip ties work great for everything. So I zip tied all these wires to the knee pads to keep them out of the way. So a bunch of tape and a couple zip ties later, this thing was done.
Okay, this is all rigged up. Everything is connected. Our controllers are all figured out and situated. Our battery's secure, but we don't have any time to test this out because it's time to get out to the basketball court.
Let's get him! Yes!
Quick, play the ocarina. Send me back.
What's going on? Why'd you do that?
Because Red Dude summoned me, so I can't attack him. But this dude sucks, and I don't want to work for him, so I needed someone else to take him down.
Oh, my knee!
But I'm only free to my position if someone else plays the ocarina. Play it so I can be done and go back home.
It hurts!
I got you.
Hey, if you ever need me, don't need me. I don't like it here.
A lot of times in life, you might find yourself in some strange situations. Maybe it's a new idea you're afraid to try, or a new plan you're afraid to trust. We always want to know how things are gonna go. But like I always say, there's only one way to find out.